marketing demo for the first time rider. That's what you're looking at. In this case, we've got the lead rope on, but we would have a long line on there that we'd have clipped on. So that will be the only difference for you. You're all going to practice this. We have the coils in the hand, and what we'll do from that last coil is take it a little bit shorter. So if you can imagine all these coils just there or more, and then we go one shorter. So you turn your hand over and have it at this length. That allows me, if you stand still, that will allow me to just come on in here and touch the neck around the shoulder blade. Show you this again. You need to stand. It allows to come in here and touch around the shoulder blade area and still allow the coils to leave if you need to. You want your horse's nose either straight or slightly towards you, so that would look about here if we want it slightly towards us. When it comes to the rider is responsible for the reins, so they immediately take the reins up and hold them. We want enough contact in there so that at least they have them by the time they're on. Even if they're bellying over, we have reins. So this is the area that we'd be standing in the shoulder. There, exactly where the stirrup iron is, this is the barrel of the horse while I'm in the shoulder. A good position to stand is the one I'm taking that allows me to be able to move back if I need to, or pull my rider back should I need to do that. We don't stand in front of them with the leg in front, and we wouldn't stand too much at an angle here either, because we need to influence the horse's nose. So, I can treat you like a horse. We come back down here and hold the calf area. And so we can certainly talk and say on 3 we go up. We'll show you some do's and don'ts. What we want is a smooth going up and over the horse to the point where the rider can sit balanced. So they're going to be bellied over balanced. And that's smooth, and she's in a position here where she's balanced. What we don't want is, come back down. What we don't want is the rider pulling themselves and wriggling up there. 1, 3. So if I don't do it well enough, that is what it looks like. So she has to wriggle and she's coming down with it. So come on down. She has to wriggle and pull herself up. So we want to be in a position to get the influence of her momentum to get her up and over enough so that she's in the perfect place. We'll show you the right one again. Up. Once I get them up from here, here's my hand, and I've got a choice. You've got to obviously know your rider fairly well. I do like to hold the thigh. It gives me information of how she feels. The other option is to move here. If I'm here, I actually feel like if she weren't to keep her balance, I could just help her out. Or if I'm here, I could do that too. Other occasions, you'll put your hand back on this shoulder. Now the rider, you're looking at this position. She's holding her weight. The next piece to look at, one is this arm here. We have it on the horse's neck. And the other one, if you look back here, so you'll have to move for this, will be to see that the elbow's on the saddle. So you're taking your weight with the elbow on the saddle there. And her head, I'll show you this in a minute, is looking towards the horse's head. We don't have the head here. If they were to rear, it will smack you in the face. So from this position, if we're looking at a first step, first we get the head around. So first, we ask him to bring the head so that he sees the rider out of that position. The next thing we do would be to suggest that he looks that way and sees the rider out of that position. So it helps me to feel her. The next position would be to get a step this way, just the one step. Now this is where the angle comes in that you guys have been working. If you're too far back, that's not a good angle for your rider. You've got to be at an angle where you can just get one step. If you're too far forward and there's a buck in here, you will be taken out and they're going to buck over the top of you. So you've got to be in a position here to bring that one step over and then a step back that way. step back. So you're going to encourage that step. There. So with the step, he's now seen her. If she needed to reposition, we can do that. Now, if she doesn't feel comfy, we would then continue to get some steps. And get the movement one way, and get the movement the other way. I'm going to move you just there. I'm not going to just move me. Attaboy. Okay. If we're comfortable with that, we now, let me move her over so you guys can see this. Now we help her put her foot in. So we guide the foot in into the stirrup. So we've got the choice there. We don't put the hand in. Now the job of the rider at this point is to take the weight on this leg. She needs to rise up high enough and not hit his butt. She stays low, just pause there, she stays low so that he doesn't suddenly see a rider out of the top. And once the leg's situated, she then will either stay there, if as a team we feel she has to, or she'll come up slowly. At that point, you'll know your pelvis is in a different place, so you may have to readjust the pelvis. But be cautious that you don't just do any of it. Same thing applies once we're upright and she's happy, the legs are off the horses, and we will then move into a more rounded pelvic position. And then we can then come around one more time where we do a step this way and we move the horse, doesn't like that so much, a step that way. So we've done the same with the bellying over as we do with the upright position. When it comes to actually unclipping, we would unclip with the left hand and the rider would hook one hand on here, and that allows the position also to take place. It doesn't pull you forward, it actually suits you a bit better. And one hand stays loose in order to go with the motion of the horse. It also picks the horse's head up if need be. And that's pretty much the bellying over process. Okay. Coming off. Okay, let's do a coming off as well. Coming off, we take the stirrups, the feet out of the stirrups, and we'll move in the saddle some, so that if they have sort of gotten very comfy with it, they feel the rider. We step into the shoulder of the person clipped on, and we'd have our hand here, and then you really take the weight on one foot when you come down off of the horse, so that you don't plonk down, and you have some elasticity in those legs. All right, so that's the bellying over process that you guys are going to learn on these two horses. You've got a racing saddle, it's an exercise saddle on this guy. You've got the Western saddle on that guy. Both can be utilised. That's going to be a little more uncomfortable than this one. And you've got to practice. It doesn't matter which weight or size you are. You can practice with anybody. Because it's about the momentum and getting them up there, so that you learn how to lift correctly and how to place your hands. It's better, yeah. Put your head up and towards your horse. There we go. Now lift both hands up so you can hold your own weight. That's it. Put your hands back in position. Good. Head always towards your horse. There you go.
You're still over that other side, aren't you? Yeah. It's a little bit, yeah.
Push your foot in further. Okay, up and on. Lift your whole weight up. Stay a little low on the neck before you come up. You've got to stay low on the neck.